Well, hello there. Hope you're all doing good. I am so excited.
As I've got a golden ticket
For the new Wonka movie.
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
Now, I don't know too much about the movie other than I've seen the trailer, but I'm a massive fan of the original Willy Wonker and the Chocolate Factory movie with none other than Gene Wilder. Of course, I know there's been other subsequent films, but...
My name is Willy Wonka.
She doesn't even go here!
Gene, he is the only way for me. Yeah, didn't mean it quite how that
Would you like to see?
But anyway, I thought you could get ready with me, do a little bit of makeup. Doing a lot of gardening, I don't often get a chance to glam up, so it's actually quite nice. I will probably give you a tour. I think I might have been promised before of my makeup collection because it's quite large and wonderful. Again, don't really know where I'm going with that.
You can suck them and suck them and suck them, and they'll never get any smaller. Never. At least I don't think they do.
Please do.
I want to get ready. I'm enjoying the I always say kombacha, but I'm sure it's kombucha.
Fermented, lightly effervescent, sweetened black or green tea drank. Kombucha.
Whatever. I used to actually make that and I've just started making it again. Well, I've got the first brew going, so maybe I'll talk you through the steps of that. The stuff you buy in the shops is nice, but the stuff you make at home, I was going to say it tastes like vinegar. I know I'm really selling this, but it is kind of really vinegary.
Sounds delicious.
So you kind of get the undertone, but I suppose for people to buy it, they kind of have to hide that vinegary taste, even though it's good. But it's very good for your guts. I know, TMI. But yeah, I'll show you the process. But for now, just enjoying this one. I've actually not been wearing foundation as much recently. I do normally, my go-to is normally like the e.l.f. one, but I don't know, it just feels a bit heavy, and while the coverage is good, I've sort of reverted back to BB cream, and it's quite light in coverage, but I like my skin to look like skin, if that doesn't sound too daft. I don't mind if the odd imperfection shows through it. I think when it's all like completely flawless, it looks, one of the people but me, a little bit spooky. I also like this because you can just rub it on over and you don't have to be too careful with it. I have tried using a beauty blender with it before, but it just tends to wipe it off really. It doesn't really work. And you can layer this a bit, which is good. And it's got an SPF in it, I think. So sometimes even when I'm gardening, I'll just put a layer of this on because it gives you sun protection. It does sort of, like I said, it's not like a full colour foundation or anything, but it just feels nice and it's moisturising. I just make sure I blend it around my nose, sometimes that creases, on the eyes a bit. Like I said, the coverage isn't, it's quite sheer, but for me it's enough. I don't like wearing lots of layers of stuff anyway. And next thing, I've kind of gone back to this concealer. That one's a half used one, but a really nice one. That is just literally from Poundland. I might have even shown it on the vlog before, but it's quite a peach tone, so it's really good for under the eyes, and it's not bad coverage for £1. Because I used to use the Revolution one. Where is that? We're gonna have shown that before. And that's good, but it's almost too good. I kind of end up with like under eyes around it. I don't normally use a brush, but this one's half used. I'm just getting the bottom bit out with it. That'll do. Like I say, it's not going for a crazy, completely flawless base, but I just prefer it to be a bit more natural. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to this movie, and I watched the trailer. I haven't read many reviews because I didn't really want to spoil it. I obviously know it's like the origin story of Willy Wonker, but I did hear that's what people said. It's a kind of mixture of Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka and Gene Wilder's. Whilst I've already said I love Gene Wilder and he's the only one,
Where is fancy bread? In the heart or in the head?
I kind of get it, because there's certain generations that think of Willy Wonka as Johnny Depp. They're wrong, but they do. So hopefully it's a happy medium and it'll be enjoyable. But I'll probably give it more, you know, slack, because the original is so amazing. It's a bit like Ghostbusters, my absolute favourite film of all time.
I did that, that's my fault.
It's okay, the table broke the fall.
It's almost untouchable. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that remake. No.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh.
No, I haven't seen it. And now I can judge. It's awful.
She's harsh but fair.
But when they did the version, was that 2 or 3 years ago, where they did, so it was a remake, it was like a sequel, Afterlife. I knew obviously the original cast were in it to a certain extent, but I knew it wasn't like a film with the original cast. So I went in with that, and they were so respectful of it, and it paid homage to a lot of the elements that made Ghostbusters so wonderful. I remember, I think it was the credits all started, the noises, all the sounds of the score. I was like, that is Ghostbusters. It was so good. And like I say, respectful, that is respectful, and they appreciated the heritage of it, I suppose. But they also added it was different. It had that sort of Stranger Things vibe, and I didn't mind that because I am old school, and like why I would like 100 versions of the original movie, really. I know I can't have that. It's got to move on a bit. I'm a little bit ashamed but I still got this really disgusting clear mascara to do my eyebrows with. I think it actually might even be, I just say Slay the Bride. I did try and get one of these, another one from the other day, and they didn't have any, so I've still got the disgusting one, and we're just going to ignore that.
That's gross!
Even though I've outed myself, I'm still having it. It still works, it just looks gross.
You keep telling yourself that.
I don't know, I might do my net brows. I did do a bit ginger over the summer once, and it's quite good. You have to be careful. I'm going to end up too orange. Just use a bronzer I've got, really. It's this, I don't think that they still make it. It's about 100 years old. But funny enough, it smells of chocolate. Kind of still. Very on theme with the movie we're going to be on to see. Next I'm going to use this highlighter. I did actually try this out the other day. I got it from, it was a beauty outlet place. And it is Dragon's Heart by Revolution. Try and drop it. And I've got to admit, it looked a little bit scary with the red in it, but it's so nice. So my outfit tonight is a dress, which I obviously see at the end, is a pink dress with red spots. And I've also got this like white, not quite fluffy, but white knit cardi. And they're Christmas colours that I'm just a bit obsessed with at the minute, like that pink, white and red. So going for that vibe, which I thought they're keeping like the red highlighter. So I'm gonna go down that end. It looks kind of scary. I don't know if you can see on there. Actually, it doesn't look on camera, it doesn't look as well. It's quite fisty, but like I said, I tried it the other day and I was really chuffed with it. But I'm probably gonna use it more as like bronzer kind of thing, rather than a highlighter. It's one of those things that you can like think you haven't gone too heavy-handed with, and you're looking, oh, and especially that I've said before with highlighter. Oh, I've got this new Jeffree Star one, which I'll probably use in a minute, and I get quite heavy-handed with it. But it said on the packaging, you can see this from space, and actually I'm not surprised if you can. And now for highlighter, you can see through space. This is so good. I think I've shown you, like, I've had a highlighter of Jeffrey's before, but this set is just amazing. So you get 6 colours. What mainly attracted it was that blue. That blue is just so pretty, but also there's like that gold one's got like flecks of blue and pink in it. I don't know if you can see. Actually, I don't think the brush is. Oh,
Ooh, we just rub the brush back and forth and it literally looks face-tuned.
the camera, it picks up lots. In the light of the mirror, you can't actually see that much, but that looks quite good on camera. So someone texted me to say you've been heavy-handed. Yeah, look at that sheen. It is pretty insane.
Ooh, look at that.
But there is also a really nice pink, which is called Frozen Fruit. The blue one was Freeze Tag. So I might put a little bit on that on. I think I'm gonna turn my nose down. I tell you, I'm too heavy-handed.
I think like, okay, bitch, maybe you went a little too blinding, which in my world does not happen.
That's better. Next I'm gonna do my eyes. And I feel like I'm missing a beat here because I'm not actually going to use the Wonka collection by Revolution, which I've got quite a few bits of. And I've also got a Wonka bar from She Glam, which is Sheen's makeup line. But I want to go for more of a pinky tone rather than chocolate because it would match my dress. I know it's criminal not wearing the makeup to the movie, but I will show you that all another day because it's absolutely gorgeous. I've just actually ordered some more in the sale from Revolution, the rest of the line that I didn't get when it came out because I brought a few bits that I couldn't bear to miss. But the rest of it's stuff I just waited to be produced. So instead of Wonka, we're going to be using Jeffree Star's Bloodlust, which I got recently and actually haven't used yet. And this has got lots of pinks and purple, so the pinks I'll be using. I'm going to go quite subtle with the pink, so just a bit of a frosty look. But honestly, this is to die for. We all know I love a bit of Jeffree.
Get up and move. Everybody get up and move. Walk.
And here's inside. So I think we've got, that one's a pretty nice frosty pink. Called Wet Jewel.
Okay.
And also, Your Majesty, the white looks like a quite good white highlighter, so we'll give that a go. So I might just use that as a base, and I have got another Jeffree product I've not tried yet. I've swatched on my hand and I'm a little bit scared that I'll use it and I'll mess everything up, but we will give it a go. So as I was saying earlier, the original, I say the original, it is the 70s, Willy Wonker and the Chocolate Factory it's one of my all-time favourite films. It's definitely top 10 and one I used to watch an awful lot as a kid. And I think there's so many things I like, it's because it's a little bit spooky. It's kind of terrifying, it's kind of dark, and I think I did realise it was dark at the time, but then I think you always look at things differently when you're an adult, you're like, that really was dark.
What is this, a freak out?
Hey, this isn't funny, Wonka!
And I'm mainly referring to the bit that I still think scariest and most graphic is when they've come out like the garden and they're in the boat going up the chocolate river, and when it's all going fast and Willy's singing that really creepy song, and then there's always spooky images being projected on the sides. And I always remember as a kid, there's one where there's one image they see and it's of a chicken getting decapitated.
Gotta turn this around, Wonka!
Oh, now I am gonna be sick.
And I remember just being so horrified, and I used to hate that bit. It was one of those bits where I was like, I don't want to look at it, I don't want to look at it. I just think, what children's film would they put a chicken being decapitated in? They just wouldn't. Which, I'm going to say something weird, I kind of get why they wouldn't, I don't think they should, but then on the other hand, I'm like, kids, you're missing out, that's kind of a shame. It's this weird subliminal chicken decapitation moment. But it's all this, it's just all kind of spooky and everything's a little bit off, and I love that. That's entirely my cup of tea.
This is kind of strange.
Yeah, strange, Charlie, but it's fun.
Anyway, chicken decapitations aside, we'll try a little bit of this Wet Jewel, because I've not tried this palette yet. It's kind of a metallic-y pink. I'm gonna look like a disco ball, aren't I? I don't know if that picks up. It's quite pale, but that's what I wanted. Try what have we got. You can tell I haven't got my glasses on. I'm squinting like an old person. Royal Pain. That's sort of like a dusky pink there. My other favourite bit from the original is the fact that I know in the book of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Veruca Salt, it was actually squirrels and nuts. And they replaced it with the golden geese, and I love the geese and the golden eggs.
Hey, Daddy, I want a golden goose. Here we go again.
They are so amazing, and I love that song about being a brat, so that was always a favourite moment of mine, because she was so horrible as well. Well, they kind of wanted to be her a little bit, so it was always quite enjoyable to see her go down the chute. Her dad, he was equally, I don't know if he was equally as horrible, but he certainly was an enabler, wasn't he? But then I used to get freaked out as well by that bit, because obviously they all kind of, we don't quite know if they all survived. But hers and also Violet's, I think they were the worst, because Veruca, I think they said about the fire, they said, oh, we shouldn't be burning the fires or something, wasn't it? To check it's not that day for the furnace to be lit.
The furnace! Should be sizzled like a sausage.
So that kind of was horrific, has she just fallen into fire? And then with Violet, she obviously was going to be squeezed the juice out. And I don't know why, as a kid I always had this image of almost like a plough with lots of like sharp things, just like, not shredding her, but just squishing her. I don't know why I had that image in my head. I still do to this day when you think about it.
For squeezing. She has to be squeezed immediately before she explodes. Explode!
But yeah, they were the bits that kind of scared me. I think everyone else, like my TV was shrunk, wasn't it? And then actually Augustus getting stuck in the pipe was pretty horrific.
He's blocking all the chocolate.
Well, what happens now, eh?
Actually, it's the stuff of children's nightmares, but that's what makes it such a good film. So I'm going to attempt to use, this could all go wrong now because I've just used this on my hand. This is Beyond, is it behind? Beyond, behind. Should we just get the glasses on? I think it says behind, it's still quite small. Behind the Veil, and that's from the Jeffree Star Wedding Collection. It is so sparkling. I tried to put it on my hand. The only worry about it is I don't know how, if I just use it on the lids there, if it's going to transfer everywhere, but it's not the end of the world if it does. Just had to have a quick battery change. I have to say, this is the thing I love about Sony cameras. They are so dramatic when their batteries run out. They don't just go, battery low, battery run out. It goes, battery exhausted. It's like, aren't we all, darling? Aren't we all exhausted?
I am exhausted.
But anyway, we're going to attempt to use this. I was going to do a swatch of my hand, wasn't I? So you can see. I don't know how to do this. You can see, I'm not a beauty blogger. Vlogger. There you go, but it's uber shiny. But it's just how it dries. I'm not 100% sure. So we're just going to try it. Like I say, I just want a tiny little bit on my lids anyway. It may spread to everything, I don't know. I have to do a lazy highlight while it dries. I don't look crazy fanning my Wonka.
She has a lazy eye.
I think trying to keep glittery things in one place is pretty much not impossible anyway, isn't it? So I'm just going to do a sleepy eye look while that dries. Eyes are dried. It did transfer a little because I was a little bit impatient to open that eye, but I just sort of blended it in again with the brush and it came off, so it's fine. Not fine if you kick your dressing table while you're sitting at it. But yeah, I think that I'll see, because like glittery stuff, like I say, does. If you wear glitter, you just got to realise half it's going to be over your face by the end of the night. But
And glitter. Lots of glitter.
it's worth it for the sparkle, darling. I was going to put a little highlight above here, sparkly, but I think I've got quite a lot of sparkle going on, so I'm just going to do the inner corner of my eyes with very Christmassy themed Revolution elf, which is, do you see, it's this pink and red. Mwah, I love that colour. And this is the highlighter in the colour Jovi.
Are you enjoying the view?
Another sale bargain I got. I don't think I've paid full price for anything for a long time. Sometimes it does mean you have to buy like Christmas stuff at random things, but it's worth it. But yeah, just a little. I do like an inner corner highlight. And now for mascara. Always have to have Jeffrey's mascara. And the name of this is, I'll have to beat myself, is proof. I covered my mouth. But it's the best mascara. If I've raved about this before, I'm sorry, but it's just beautiful. The packaging is amazing, as you can see. And the products is good. The price is a bit more than a regular mascara. I think it's $24.99, but I will repurchase this forevermore because it's beautiful and it's so good. I know, I'm a total Jeffrey stan. I am hopeful this movie's going to be good. Because although sometimes I can be quite precious about the things I like, and sometimes, I suppose more often than not, reboots or remakes aren't always the greatest, especially when the original is so good. And you'd sort of get very nostalgic about it and you think, well, why make it? But recently, even though I think it's from 2017, I watched the new Twin Peaks. And I'm absolutely obsessed with the original Twin Peaks. It's so good, it's so crazy, it's so funny.
Andy, are you all right?
I can't wait till enough time has passed so I can watch it again, even though I could start watching it again straight away because it was just so good. And then, so recently, I think it was 2017, they did a update, well I suppose it is a sequel. It's, I think I want to say, was it 25 or 35 years after the original it was set, or it was actually worked out being. And it was absolutely incredible. What I would say that you do need to watch the original series, don't skip to the new one, because if you're not familiar with David Lynch, I love David Lynch, it's crazy.
Federal Bureau of Investigation Regional Bureau Chief Gordon Cole. That's a real mouthful, but I can't hear myself anyway.
But he can be quite an acquired taste, and it's very unusual if you're not familiar. And the original Twin Peaks is pretty bonkers and crazy, but the new ones, it takes it to a whole new level. And also I'd recommend, because there was a movie which was at the time of the original series and I hadn't seen it, and I watched that after the TV series, and some of the TV series didn't make sense, which, as I was saying, is all a little bit odd. That kind of doesn't really matter because not a lot of it makes sense anyway. But I missed quite a lot of points that were in the movie, so I'd say watch the original series, watch the movie, then watch the new one. And it's fantastic. So it's a very long-winded way of saying that sometimes the reboots and sequels can be good. Now I need to settle this. I've got the Revolution Cranberry setting spray. This was again a Christmas product I got over the summer, so it must have been last Christmas. But it's so gorgeous. Smells so good. And you can pretend to be in a dramatic 80s video.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with
or not, the choice is yours. Or you can pretend you're in a Jane Austen novel. Next up, I'm going to do my lips, and I'm going to use a liquid, funny enough, Jeffree Star liquid lip. I've really got into them because I do like the look of lipstick, but I've probably said before, I like things that are never coming off your face. You have to reapply too much, it's not going to transfer. And I never really tried them out. They always looked a bit expensive, but I brought one and then, I don't know, I got 7 now. And I'm going to go for I'm gonna go for red because the dress is red and pink, so actually look at that. It's kind of the colour scheme. But I will say you have to scrub your lips and make them soft, otherwise, but with any liquid lip, not just Jeffrey's, because otherwise they just look really crusty and it doesn't work, and I've learned the hard way. This thing, I need to buy another one of these because it was really good and actually amazing. It's PS, so, oh, this is Primark. It's actually, it looks like a lip balm, but it's a scrub and it's really grainy, so you just put it on, rub your lips together a bit and just wipe it off with a tissue, and that's what I find is just brilliant. I have got like a lip scrub in the shower, but this is the stuff. I also remove that nice layer of foundation one gets. I sound a bit posh, didn't I? Sound like a bit of Family Guy. Condensation.
Condensation.
Foundation. And you have to make sure you get it off, or you'll be giving gritty kisses. Now I do find, I'm not too bad with the liquid lips. The more neutral ones are easy, but the red ones you can't, and the dark colours you've got less room to bucker it up basically. So I'm going to use a bit of a lip liner. Again, I'm still not the best, I'm learning. Like I said, I've not really worn lipstick that much. I'm going to go for a gloss in that last 5 seconds, which I know is like the anti or opposite of what I was saying. But these do require a lot of attention. If I overdraw my lips, it's not intentional. It's because I'm cat-handed. I can't overdraw lips. It would look weird on me. I think some people get away with it, but not me. This jolly one, it's not bad. It's a little bit blurry, but it's doing the job. Oh, and this colour, I didn't even tell what colour. It's red rum. I'm assuming inspired by The Shining.
Red rum.
Love it. Just did a couple more coats of the liquid lipstick, and also this liner is crap. I wasn't going to shade it by hand. This is a Primark one. Don't bother. It was too smudgy and it was kind of, I was trying to make crystallines and it made it worse, so in this case, we're even better off not doing it. Or it could just be my cat candy skills, I don't know, but definitely not approved.
Throw it away, girl.
But I think it looks alright. It's probably not the straightest lines. Job done. Now I just need to clear up this bomb site that is my dressing table and get dressed. All dressed up and somewhere to go. Catch you after the movie. I don't know what my makeup is doing now, because that movie, it made me cry quite a bit. Honestly, it was so good. It was beyond expectations. Because I was going in there quite open-minded. I knew he had sort of touches of nostalgia in there, but there were so many. I don't like when I give a load of spoilers away, but the music and just there were so many nods to the original, and it had more of a feel of the original than I was expecting or dared hope for. It was so wonderful, and it was a beautiful movie. It was kind of like, if I was trying to describe it, it really reminded me of the aesthetics of Moulin Rouge and also a bit of Wes Anderson sort of movie style.
Every good thing in this world started with a dream.
And an honourable mention has to go to Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa.
An Oompa what now?
Allow me to refresh your memory.
That man was made for that role. I know you probably don't see Hugh Grant as a Oompa Loompa, but once you do, you'll never unsee him as that.
I don't think I want to hear that.
Too late. I've started dancing now. Once we've started, we can't stop.
One of the other people of note was the guy, and I don't know your name, and I should do because I love your voice, the guy from, I believe he's from Downton Abbey, but I know him as the voice of the storyteller of Hex at Alton Towers.
It was on a cold autumn night in 1821 when the thunder of hooves signalled the return of the wealthy 15th Earl of Shrewsbury back to his home, Alton Towers.
He was one of the main characters in it, and there's quite a few times, and it doesn't give anything away, he says the vault, and I just wanted to keep saying the vault sealed for nearly 100 years. I'm probably getting the words wrong now, but I should know, but I love that man's voice. I hope Hex opens next year, please. But it was so lovely. It was a good story. It was respectful to like the Gene Wilder version of Willy Wonka, and go see it. It's brilliant.